Yo, what's up guys? Okay, so I've been trying to make this video for I don't know how long, and I've decided, you know what, today's the day I'm just gonna have to do it. And that is the day I just do a cool walk around stage one, I guess, of my 94 Sol Vtec. I've had this car probably like 6, 7, almost 8 years, I think. Not quite sure, honestly. But yeah, this is my Sol. I've been dailying this for, I don't know, about like the past month. I know I haven't made a video in a really long time, so I just figured this would be a good time to just go around and actually make a video of it, because I want to start putting in a lot more work into the car. And also, with that said, kind of tell you a little bit of history of this car. I don't know, the car's pretty special to me, mainly because I've had it for so long. Actually, I've had my hatch and the Sol almost about the same amount of time. So yeah, I kind of really like them. I can't never get rid of them. I've had other cars, and I can never get rid of this guy. I don't know what it was. One of my first cars was a 95 Civic EX, EJ1, you know, had the 5-speed, had the moonroof, was just a blast to drive all the time. I've actually had 3, maybe 4 of them since I've had my license. My first one was silver, and then I had like a black one, and then I had like this really cool green one, and then I had this other one, and just either something went wrong or I needed money and I just sold it. I traded a car for another car, and I don't know, I've had a bunch, but like I said, I can't get rid of the Sol. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first got the Sol, I wasn't even a Sol guy. I actually didn't even like Sols at the time. I knew what they were, wasn't really a fan. I met DJ Sleeper Honda when we were both working at Sony, and then I didn't even have a car at the time, and I went out and I met him, and he had his Sol. He had a 97 VTEC with a B16A2 in it, and I was just like, oh shit, that's sick. And you know, I borrowed money from my grandma because I was really scraping by at the time, and she let me get a car because I was basically commuting like 30 plus miles to work with like other people, and I was just like, this is really a shit situation. So I was just like, okay, I gotta make something happen here. So my grandma gave me like $2 grand, and I showed up back to work. The second I met DJ, I was like, oh, a Honda guy, that's cool, I want a Honda again. And it's not just driving a Honda, like I needed something, right? So I ended up with a 95 EJ1 again with a B18B in it. And this thing was hurting. I'll put a picture somewhere like around here of what it looked like. It was just on steelies. One steely was green. It was terrible. You know, and then time went on, and I actually moved to another place that I was working, still hanging out with DJ and shit. And then he rolled up to me one day and he's just like, look, I know you don't like Sols, but just click the Craigslist link. And I'm like, I don't really want to, dude. I don't really want a Sol. But I clicked it, and like we went and saw it. I had the car in 3 days. Actually, I had the car in 3 days. I didn't actually buy the car for like 2 weeks. It was like we just started a new job, and like HR hadn't gotten our money and everything in line yet. I couldn't even get my first check. I just knew that I was going to be able to buy the car, and like literally when I met the guy, I had no idea what I was buying. I never had like a B16 before or anything, so I was like, I don't even know what to feel. And I let DJ drive it, and he's like, dude, it's fucking solid, like you should get this car. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll get the car, right? And then anyways, yeah, I talked to the guy, and he said he stopped driving it. He left it at his dad's house, and then as soon as I paid for it, you know, obviously it was mine. His wife, I guess, went out and bought another car and didn't tell him, so he had to get rid of his, which was this. It's looked differently when I got it. Obviously, the interior had LS seats in it. It was on 17-inch Advanti, like 6 or 7 spoked rims. I got pictures, I'll throw them up here. I still had the same wheel, and yeah, I don't know. It was still pretty nice then. It's not the Milano red. It's a little deeper than Milano red, but it's kind of nice because at this point it would have been like Milano pink. But you know, I've tried to keep it clean. I don't know. So yeah, that's stage one. I owned the car. I had a lot of fun with it. it already came with like an AM intake, DC headers, like it was already pretty well set up. And at that point I was just like, I want to do something with it, you know, because like at this point I started to come into a lot more money, and I was just kind of like, you know what, I could finally afford to buy parts that I've like always wanted for this car, or just a car in general that I've never been able to do that. So at this point I probably had the car like not even 3 months, and I started just meeting tons of Del Sol people, right? And in that 3 months I actually drove it to Vegas Invasion, which is a huge Del Sol meet in Vegas, and they usually do it every year, or have been doing it every year. It might be coming to a close now. I don't know. But like I said, I drove it there. I met a bunch of people, and then I met Loki. You might have seen him in my past videos. He's the guy that dropped off the motor for the RSX a long time ago. But he has a bunch of Del Sols too. He had like a K24 Del Sol when that wasn't really a thing. It was slightly before DJ put the K20 in his. But he hit me up one day and he's like, hey dude, I need to move some stuff. I have a B17A1 with a turbo all ready to go. Do you want it for your car? And at this point I was just like, what the hell am I doing, right? Like, what am I about to do right now? That's literally what I did. So I drove all the way down to LA, where he is, or La Habra, or somewhere down in Southern California. I left at like 4 a.m. and I just smashed down 5, and I got to his house at like 7 in the morning. And man, I was going quick, and like it was at that time I knew the potential of the B16. I can't say more good things about it, honestly. Like, I cannot say enough about that car. Sorry this video is kind of just all over the place and it's just me talking, but like there's just a lot I wanted to get out with this car, and this is all part of it. This is all part of the journey to understanding why I love this car so much, right? So hopefully you guys stick with me. Hit that like button. Just like, yeah dude, there's a lot that's about to go down right now. Anyways, so I get there and I'm flying down I-5, and the sun is starting to crest up above the landscape on the left. I'm going like 120, 125, and if you've had a B16 and you've pegged it, like there's no end in sight. The motor just wants to rev, and at this point I'm like, what am I about to do right now? Like, this motor feels amazing, and I'm literally driving like 6 or 7 hours to swap the engine out. What am I possibly doing right now? But I did it, right? And we got to his house and literally pulled a motor out of his old car and put it into my car in like a weekend. So I got there Saturday morning and I drove back Monday. So yeah, so I went from B16A3, because this is a 97, this is a 94 Del Sol Vtec, so it comes with a B16A3. In 97 they got the A2, same as the EM1. This is also the first year Del Sol's got a dual overhead cam, which makes it the VTEC model. So that's really cool. And then, you know, obviously the B17A1, 92 GSR, so it's the first, I think, B-Series VTEC US got. So I had that, and it was now turboed. And I had that for probably like a month and a half, and things started to go wrong. Nothing terrible at all, like nothing terrible, but I just wanted a little more. So I bought a pretty decent sized Garrett turbo. I had Black Tracks make me a downpipe. I got like 550cc injectors, and then I just started going down this like path of just buying a shit ton of parts for everything. Yeah, so long time ago I bought BWR, lower control arms, rear subframe brace. I have an ITR rear sway bar that I haven't put on yet, but I have like all, you know, the BWR stuff underneath, right? And then, you know, I ended up on RPF1s. I have a set of Koenig Mega Race, which are basically like Koenig's version of the Mugen NR rims. I think they're kind of rare, just off the fact that I've never been able to find the Mega Races ever again. I think they only made like 20 sets, like some in white and some in like silver, and I have a set of the whites, so, you know, super stoked about that. And then, you know, I got hit up by a lot of other people in the Sol community who are just like, they have stuff and they're getting out or something, and they just want to know, like, they want to see it go to another Sol owner. So I collected a lot of random things, which is like my interior. Same thing with Loki again. He's like, hey dude, I need money. he was going through some shit, and he's just like, yo, do you want this? I had it made, and like I don't even have the car anymore, so what's up? And yet again, man, I drove all the way down to LA and I picked up the interior, and man, I've just been super juiced on this forever. And I'll go ahead and show you guys now. So we got the bride door panels. I've always been iffy about this, but I'm not gonna lie, my inner Hispanic likes it, but I don't know how I feel about it. I need to get a new door panel. I'm gonna get some with some map lights pretty soon, but yeah, you know, this is tight. The interior I've always been happy with. We got the low maxes, front and rear, even the back here has been redone. I got the rear pillar bar that was made by Hoseby. My friend Jose and his brother drove over to their house one day and we just mocked them up. These were made by random people on Team SoCal. They made like 2 or 3 runs, and they were always made by like somebody on the forums, which is cool. I think you can probably find them online. Someone probably makes them, but I like the fact that like somebody on the forums, like I want to say Cody on the forums a long time ago made a first run, and then I know Hoseby, Jose and his brother also made another set, and I was part of that other set. So I'm just happy that, like, you know, this whole community made something and I got a piece of it, so that's always fun. You know, it's cool to me, you know, it's cool to me, so hopefully you guys think that's kind of cool too. But yeah, just that's my interior. I need to clean it up. I know I've been more focused on making sure things run properly for the most part. But yeah, I even have the aluminum latches. You can tell right there because stock Del Sol ones are plastic and they break all the time, and you have to like hit a button and pull this tab. But yeah, we had a set ran and I bought a set of the aluminum ones, so that's cool. You know, got the 621 shift knob. It's just great, and I like it. I support Adam and everything 621. But yeah, then I've had that for a while. After I tuned the B17, sorry if this is kind of all over the place, but I don't know. After I tuned the B17, I made like 240 to the wheels. I forget what I made torque wise, but it was really fun and it was super, super reliable. Most people are like, why would you boost the B17? And I was just kind of like, because I'm a savage, guys. Because I'm a savage. I also had Jay tune it, and we got like 240 out of it. 240 or 260, I think it was like 240, so it was conservative because obviously I didn't want to blow anything. But I did like 3 or 4 track days, countless pools, 2 or 3 drives to Vegas, a couple drives to LA, probably put at least 5,000 to 10,000 miles, like pretty intense miles on that B17. So anyways, I'll do a little walk around, I guess. Fast forward, you know, quite a few years. I still had the car. I was ripping it around. I was having a lot of fun. And then I lost my license. You know, I lost my license for a while. I couldn't drive anymore, and so my car sat, and my car sat, and my car sat, and then it kind of really sucked. And then while my car sat, I had a good friend at the time that just had a kid, and his car threw a rod and he needed something to drive around. And at this point my Sol was like out of registration. I didn't feel like paying for it, so I let him borrow my engine, which is kind of a weird thing to let somebody borrow, right? But yeah, so we pulled the B17 out. He put it into his hatch. He drove it for like a year. And my car, again, just, you know, it was sitting. And then, you know, one day I guess he was driving on the freeway, and the engine side post mount, like all 3 bolts straight sheared off on the freeway. And so he had to get it towed home. I still have the B17. It's still mainly together. Just need like a new tensioner and crank pulley and that stuff, because all that stuff just basically got cannibalized over the years, which I'm super annoyed about. But yeah, so I have the motor with the sheared bolts still in my garage, but he ended up rebuilding his motor, and then I came up another EJ, and somehow we, you know, came up with the idea that I got it for under 5, and he had a spare B20, and I basically traded him the car for getting it in the car and the motor. So that's where we're at now. Now my Del Sol has a B20 in it, and I got a bunch of other parts sitting around in the garage. I have a Edelrock Performance X intake manifold. I still have all my turbo stuff. I still have a PR3 head that I bought a long time ago. I've just been sitting on a lot of parts, guys, and everything that I'm talking to you now was like years before I even made a video. This was just me living my life, and then now I'm living my life through a camera-ish, you know what I mean, to make videos and kind of like show what I've been up to and what I'm up to. So that's why this video might be kind of long, kind of scattered, and hopefully I cover most of the stuff. But yeah, Del Sol's been through a lot of stuff. But as it sits now, let's see if I can lift this up here. Now, this ugly ass engine bay is what I'm dealing with. This is the B20 I got from my friend. I still have the AEM intake, the DC headers. I have the AEM fuel rail still, and everything else is just kind of together. I've been basically more concerned about drivability and getting it running again. But I got a lot of stuff planned. You know, I want to bring this Sol back to like what I used to do, and now that I'm driving it almost every day, literally almost every day, I want to put a lot more effort into this. So you will see a lot more engine bay and a lot more of my Sol footage once I get my act together. But yeah, when I got it, I was sitting on Skunk 2 coils, or Skunk 2 springs and KYB shocks. I ended up actually putting those on the car that I traded my friend, and then he just went and sold the car, which I didn't have those anymore. I found a brand new set of D2 coils that are now on here, and I'm kind of messing with. Not a fan, but am a fan, I guess, at the moment. But yeah, so anyways, I want to clean this up, do all that good stuff, basically, you know, paint the valve cover. I have some other goodies I need to put around here. I had to go to the pick and pull and get an LS power steering pump and bracket and everything, because for an EG, if you want power steering, you need to get like an LS bracket. You can't just use the B20 bracket. And I also got the like AC bracket down there because I need to get like the torque mount set up. But yeah, I have one of these carbon fiber cowl, wiper cowls. I've never seen one of those before. I bought that like a long time ago. I've never really seen them again, so super juiced about that. I'm gonna go OEM hood. I still have that at my parents' house, so I'm gonna get rid of all this, and I'm gonna try to clean my act up, guys. But yeah, as far as my Del Sol, that is my Del Sol, and that is my Del Sol story. It sucks, you know. I wish I didn't lose the motivation, but like I said, I didn't have a license, didn't really care about driving. I got really into bikes, like cycling, like pedals and stuff. I had like 3 or 4 of those. I moved to San Francisco for a good while, so I didn't really even need a car. I just like rode my bike everywhere, or rode our train system and then rode my bike. So that was really fun. But the second I got my license again, I just started driving, and I remembered how much I liked all of this. And yeah, dude, so just don't do stupid shit, guys. I got a lot of random stories, and they all revolve around friends or doing fun stuff or my car. And so I instantly realized that like this is what I like doing. I have so much fun with this stuff. So I don't know, guys. That's my Del Sol story, and I'm sticking to it. But anyways, with that said, sorry for the long, drawn-out, talky vlog today, but I've wanted to get this story out for quite some time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll do more videos on this car. This was just my like intro to the Del Sol and why I'm really passionate about Del Sols. I don't know, some people like EG hatches, some people like coupes. Something about the Del Sol hit me, you know, and I didn't even like a red car, but as soon as I got the red car, I was a red car guy. I don't know what happened. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully I don't come out here and try to record some more stuff, but if I do, you'll probably see it somewhere in here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you want to see more Del Sol content, let me know in the comments below, because I definitely want to start making this. I got a bunch of stuff I want to throw on and clean up. IBOC is like in a month, and I really want to drive down there, so I might hustle my ass to make that happen. But yeah, guys, hope you guys liked this, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.